What's going on, world? It's your boy Z, and right here beside me, I have what I'm calling 2025's Sneaker of the Year, potentially the greatest shoe of all time. So this right here is the Nike SB Air Max 95 Koston. They took the OG Air Max 95, they retooled it to make it a little bit more skate friendly. Us skaters know that no matter how much retooling goes into an Air Max 95, it will never be skate friendly. But me, I do think this is a really cool concept. And as someone who only wears skate shoes, who only owns skate shoes, I have the skate shoes I skate in, and then I have the skate shoes that I haven't skated in yet that are my, nice going out shoes, if you will. So for someone like me who only owns skate shoes, this right here is a perfect switch up, a perfect alternative, and just a comfy shoe. I never really experienced the comfy shoe until the Cactus Flowers came out, and that just opened my horizons. This shoe, even more special to me. First and foremost, this shoe right here is as special as it is to me because right here on the toe box, we have Nike written in Thai. So me, I'm actually 25% Thai. My grandma was born and raised in Thailand. My mother was born in Thailand. I went on my honeymoon in Thailand. Thailand is obviously a special place for me and means a lot to me. And, while I am only 25% Thai, it does, make up a majority of my ethnicity. It's my most predominant ethnicity. And so for me, having the opportunity to wear my heritage on my, on my feet is pretty cool. And it's also cool because it is an SB at the end of the day. So for me, the reason I wear skate shoes, and only own skate shoes is because when I kind of go out and about, I just want to be identified as a skater. I want people to be like, oh shit, polar shirt, SB shoes, numeric shoes, whatever it is, like this guy probably skates. And that's just kind of what the image I'm trying to portray. And it's kind of tough because skate shoes are so narrow, usually narrow fitting and tight and confining. Whereas these Nike SB Air Max 95s have been retooled. They've kind of reduced or removed some of the foam in the midsole here, which really allows the toe box and just the shoe overall to be really spacious, really roomy, and with this airbag underneath and kind of going all throughout the forefoot, just super comfortable. And I'm loving this shoe. This shoe specifically, I'm loving the colorway and look in hand. I haven't obviously put it on foot yet. This is just kind of a first impression kind of review, if you will. But I have been wearing the Cactus Flowers almost every single day, literally. Since they came out, I did a little video skating in them. Appreciate the love on that. Someone commented, I think last night, saying that that's the only video of the SB Air Max 95s being skated in, and I was actually surprised to see that. So if you guys want to see some more skating in the Air Max 95s, I will skate the Cactus Flowers. Just let me know in the comments below if you guys want to see that. I'm down to get some more clips in them. I don't think I'm going to be skating these Kostons. This right here, that's the forbidden toe box. We're not messing around. We're not touching that Thai that Thai Nike writing in there. But just really cool shoe. They kind of did the opposite as far as materials go from the Cactus Flower. The Cactus Flower started kind of the first panel with this hairy, not as hairy as this suede, but some kind of hairy suede, and then it kind of went to nubuck and leather, whereas this kind of goes from leather to nubuck to suede. And I'm digging the materials. I do think though, while this is a very, very wearable shoe, as opposed to the Cactus Flowers, those are a very light colored shoe. I'd have to check the weather, kind of know what I'm getting into that day to see if it made sense to wear them, because they can just easily get, dirty and scuffed. These shoes on the other hand, I thought the midsole, I almost called it mud guard. I thought the midsole was black from images, but it's actually just a very deep, dark navy, which is really cool. But these dark colors on the bottom here will really help hide a lot of stains and scuffs. But if you do end up getting something on this kind of white suede up here, you're probably gonna have to just live with it. I think these shoes, and this is just speculation, I don't think they're gonna be easy to clean. From the top part is, I feel like if you try to clean this white suede up here, this navy kind of paint and coloring is gonna bleed through. So while the Cactus Flowers are very prone to getting dirty and can get dirty easily, they are super easy to clean. These on the other hand, I think, they're gonna hide a lot of stains, be very wearable. But the con is that you can't really clean them if they do get dirty on the upper, because I have a feeling this suede and nubuck is just gonna kind of have that deep navy bleeding into the shoe. So not really a problem just because of how dark the shoe is. But this shoe right here is gonna be my literal everyday shoe, just how wearable it is. I'm gonna wear this doing every and anything, walking the dog, running errands, going out to eat. I'm probably gonna try to double up on these shoes, and that's the beauty of these shoes. I remember when they first came out, there was so much hype, and I do believe if these released before the Cactus Flowers, these would have sold out just as fast as the Cactus Flowers. I think the timing, and with these being second, people who wanted the SB Air Max 95s, they were able to get the Cactus Flowers. Not everyone wanted to double up and get another pair. It's also the holiday season now, so people are starting to save up and not think so much about buying gifts for themselves as opposed to potentially buying gifts for others for the holidays here. So there's a number of reasons I think these are sitting, but I think that kind of just emphasizes what I'm trying to tell here with this story, and that is like what you like. This shoe for me is the sneaker of the year, the sneaker of all time, and that's because I can I'm very personally attached to this shoe, and I can very much so relate to the shoe. It allows me to express myself, my heritage. I can only imagine for Koston, the feeling he has having, his name is actually on this toe box here, on an Air Max 95. Just has to be a full circle moment, especially given that this colorway, while it does give Michigan vibes, it was really actually inspired by his first S Pro model, the K1, which came in this colorway. And ironically enough, that model was based off of an Air Max. So a total full circle moment for Koston. Again, actual Air Max 95 in that colorway, with his name on it, with his heritage on it. I just think that's super rad. I'm glad him and Stevie also squashed the beef. Hopefully Stevie got hooked up, or hopefully Stevie gets some sort of neon SB color, SB-atized colorway down the line. I was a little conflicted with that beef. Koston's obviously my number one, but growing up in New Jersey, skating the tri-state, doing trips to Philly every year to skate Love Park, Muni, all the spots. I had a very personal attachment with DGK growing up. DGK was my number one brand, just because similar to how I feel about these shoes. I was able to personally connect with DGK, just kind of that Philadelphia, lifestyle and vibe, and it's the brand I felt the most attachment to. So for me, I that's kind of how I pick and choose what I like. If I'm connected to it or there's some sort of personal attachment, that's gonna take precedent of colorway or silhouette or whatever it is. Like what you like, and don't let others determine what's hot or what's not. It's funny because these shoes, people are, here we are 2.5 weeks later, you could still, they're sold out in most places, especially in big sizes above 10. But if you hunt around, you could still potentially find a 12 and 11.5. It's going to be a little harder now, but it is funny because people, when they see that a shoe doesn't resell out or sell out in 10 minutes, they're like, oh, that shoe's a brick, it's sitting. And people determine their love and like for a shoe based on what the resale value is. Oh, that shoe bricked, it doesn't have any resale value, it's selling below retail. The sneaker game just got mad corny. It's so funny because I remember the Panda Dunks. I was in Boston one day, people were lining up, this was a few years ago, and I was like, oh, what are you guys lining up for? They're like, oh, they're doing the Panda Dunks. And at the time, they were reselling for over $300. So I told my wife, I'm like, we're getting in line, we're getting the Panda Dunks. And we both got size 12. I resold one the next day for $250, $300, whatever it was. And then I decided to hold on to one just in case the price went up or whatever. I probably just forgot about it after a while. And then, now I still have it and look back on it. And it's just funny because, now the Panda Dunks are selling below retail. And they're calling that the most overhyped shoe of all time, and it's just so funny because prior to Nike mass producing the Panda Dunks, they were that's the shoe. People were selling, buying them for $300+, and then all of a sudden, just because Nike mass produces a shoe and it's readily available, no one wants it. It's a weird psychology thing, and it's kudos to Nike for playing on this false scarcity. But it's just kind of outlines and just shows how corny kind of the sneaker community can be. Like what you like. Don't let other people's opinion or don't let the resale price of a shoe determine if you think a shoe is cool or not. And I think this is, a great example of that, because there was so much hype surrounding it, and then, the shoe finally releases, and it's sitting and, not flying off the shelves as people kind of initially thought it might. So, I guess moral of the story is like what you like, and buy what you feel personally connected with and what makes you happy. For me, these shoes are perfect because I don't have any comfortable shoes. Now I have a comfortable shoe that's wearable. I can literally do any and everything in it, and I'm probably gonna double up on this. I've never doubled up on a shoe. I haven't doubled up on a shoe in probably like 10 years or so. But this one right here, just how much it means to me, and knowing how much I'm gonna wear this shoe, I think I might as well kind of buy the second pair now while they're still at retail, and just sit on them and maybe bust them out 5-10 years down the road once this pair has just completely crumbled. But yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on this shoe and the sneaker community overall. Not so much a review of the shoe, more so just kind of talking about my thoughts on the sneaker community, and really just emphasizing for y'all out there to buy what you like and what feels right and what your heart's in. And so let me know in the comments below what your favorite shoe of all time is and why. I'm gonna get stomping in these. Like I said, leave a comment if you want me to skate the cactus flowers again. I'd love to clip up in those now that I have these. I don't really care too much about skating them a little bit more. These shoes though, I'm a little indifferent on if I'm gonna rock the white laces, so I need your guys' help. Let me know, and this is, here I go, I'm contradicting myself. Let me know what you think. I'm gonna probably keep the white. I was just gonna ask for your opinion. I just want some engagement here, guys, all right? On the white laces or the navy laces, and I'm going to talk through my thought process. Really, this is going to be between me and my wife. I haven't shown her the shoe or even the laces yet, so I think the white laces helps kind of neutralize the white from the predominant navy and yellow. But I think the yellow laces give it like that extra pop. Like right now, yellow is really only in the underlay here, and then on the accent hits, and in the air bubble. So really there's not much yellow, but I think the yellow makes it a little bit more of like a, what's the word I'm looking for? A conversation starter. And I think maybe that's kind of what I'm going for. Maybe you get more attention with the yellow laces. People like, it just pops a little bit more and people are like, yo, what do you got on feet? Well, let me tell you about Nike SB and Eric Koston, and maybe I can kind of talk about the shoe and my heritage. But maybe we'll just kind of keep it white and simple for now. I'm not really sure. I think the navy is probably a no-go for me. Like navy would be cool if you want to really make this like your navy shoe. But for me, I have a pair of navy shoes, and they're one of my favorites. I wear a lot. The thing about me is I like the shoes I've realized I wear the most are the deeper colored shoes, like my navy shoes, my Passport Dunk Highs, like shoes kind of like this where they're predominantly dark, so you can walk in them, scuff them up, get them dirty, and you'll never realize just how dirty they truly are, because the colorway's kind of hiding all of that. So this shoe right here is right up my alley. Will I go with the white laces? Will I go with the yellow? I guess only time will tell, and only God will know, because I'm not going to make a video telling you guys. But let me know what you guys are doing for the laces. If you guys are copping these shoes, I think the Nike SB Air Max 95 is just a super comfortable shoe, easy to get on, easy to get off, and yeah, I'm really digging this colorway. I think I might go yellow laces just because I've never had yellow laces in my life, but we'll put them on side by side and really get a look at it and see what my wife thinks, because sometimes she'll be like, I'm not going out with you in public with that on. So there's an approval process we need to follow here, but I think I'm in the safe with, I'm not going to have to return these shoes. I'm not allowed to buy any more shoes, rightfully so. I've definitely overconsumed on shoes in the past, and all I have is all I need. So I promised my wife I wouldn't, be purchasing any more sneakers, but I think I can get an exception for this. She knows just how much, my heritage means to me. And I think over here, I did want to highlight kind of what's going on. We have the USA, or you probably can't see, I'll get you guys a close-up. But we have this statue from Thailand, and then this Nike SB USA hat from when skateboarding was in the Olympics for the first time in Tokyo, I think 2020 or 2021 due to COVID. And this kind of is a perfect embodiment of the Koston shoe, Nike SB, Thailand, and kind of, you know, the moral of the story and who I am and what I kind of gravitate towards. And that's just kind of things I can relate with and things that are, you know, have personal meaning to me. So I think that embodies that. A moment of silence for this right here. This is a fake plant. Over the weekend, it was a real plant. It was a Thai monstera, a monstera that had its genes manipulated in Thailand. Obviously my favorite plant, but I got it off of the clearance rack at Lowe's for like $10. It was on its last leg, and I tried my best to save it, but unfortunately, it just wasn't working out. So this weekend I had to put it to rest. We do have 2 more Thai monsteras upstairs. They're doing great, thankfully. Hopefully they carry on and continue on that way. But as you can see, like I buy things that you know, that have meaning to me. So these shoes right here, you know, I'm just so hyped on, and they have so much meaning to me. And the intrinsic value of this shoe to me is through the roof. It's invaluable. So I'm stoked to have these in hand, and definitely going to be doubling up. Like I said, I haven't doubled up on a shoe in so many years. You know, this is definitely the shoe to do it though for me. So for me, greatest shoe of all time. And I said what I said. Let me know in the comments below what you believe to be the greatest shoe of all time is, and you know, how you feel about the Nike Air Max 95 Kostons. If you got a pair, what laces are you going with? And do you prefer the Koston colorway to the cactus flowers? Let me know in the comments below. I appreciate you guys for watching. Until the next one, peace out and much love.